You know that moment when nothing is happening. No notifications, no messages, no sound except your own thoughts. And instead of feeling calm, you feel restless. Your hand reaches for your phone almost automatically, not because you want something, but because you can't stand the nothing. Most people think that feeling is boredom, but what if boredom isn't a lack of stimulation? What if it's your brain trying to tell you something important? We've been taught to treat boredom like a flaw, something to eliminate, something to fix. If you're bored, you scroll, you refresh, you consume. And for a moment, the discomfort disappears. But then it comes back, stronger, emptier, harder to ignore. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Boredom isn't the problem. Your reaction to it is. From a biological perspective, boredom is not an error. It's a signal, a very old one. Long before screens existed, boredom appeared when the external world stopped demanding attention. No danger, no urgency, no survival task. And that's when something important happened. Your brain shifted inward. Modern neuroscience calls this the default mode network, a system that activates when you're not focused on the outside world. This network is responsible for self-reflection, memory integration, identity, and meaning-making. In other words, boredom is the doorway to your inner world. But here's where things get complicated. We live in an environment that never lets that doorway stay open. Every time boredom appears, we flood the brain with stimulation. And the brain adapts, not emotionally, chemically. At the center of this adaptation is dopamine. Dopamine is not pleasure, it's motivation. It's the signal that says, this matters, pay attention. When dopamine spikes too often from endless novelty, the brain recalibrates. Your baseline rises. Normal life feels dull. Silence feels unbearable. This is why boredom today feels different than it used to. It's not neutral anymore. It feels threatening. So when boredom appears, your brain interprets it as a problem that needs to be solved immediately. Not with reflection, not with stillness, but with stimulation. And the fastest stimulation available is right in your pocket. Here's the paradox. The more you escape boredom, the less capable you become of tolerating your own inner world. And the less you tolerate your inner world, the more disconnected you feel from yourself. This isn't weakness, it's conditioning. Let's reframe this. Boredom is not your enemy. It's your nervous system attempting to return to balance. Think of it like hunger. Hunger isn't a malfunction, it's information. But if you constantly snack every time hunger almost appears, you never learn what your body actually needs. Boredom works the same way. It shows up when your brain is ready to process something deeper. This is why boredom often appears right before clarity, right before insight, right before creativity, not after. But we rarely stay long enough to notice. Psychologically, there are two types of boredom. The first is restless boredom, low stimulation, high agitation. The second is reflective boredom, low stimulation, low resistance. The difference isn't personality, it's tolerance. People who can sit with boredom don't experience it as emptiness, they experience it as space. This brings us to something important. If boredom makes you anxious, it doesn't mean you're lazy. It means your brain has learned to associate silence with discomfort. Often because silence used to expose emotions you didn't have space to process. Many people unknowingly use stimulation as emotional anesthesia. Not because they're avoiding life, but because they were never taught how to be alone with their thoughts safely. So boredom feels dangerous, not logically, nervously. Here's where the shift happens. You don't overcome boredom by fighting it. You overcome it by changing your relationship to it. The first step is physical. When boredom appears, notice what your body does. Tension in the jaw, restlessness in the hands, shallow breathing. Instead of reaching outward, slow the body down first. Longer exhales, stillness. Your nervous system follows your physiology. This alone reduces half the discomfort. The second step is mental. Name what's happening, not I'm bored, but I'm experiencing low stimulation. That single reframe creates distance. You stop being the feeling and start observing it. Observation reduces threat. The third step is neuropsychological. Understand this. Boredom is a dopamine reset point. If you interrupt it every time, your reward system never recalibrates. But if you let it pass, even briefly, your sensitivity returns. Small things feel meaningful again. This is why people often report their best ideas in the shower, on long walks, or during quiet moments. Not because they were trying to think, but because they weren't distracted. There's an identity-level realization here. Some people are wired for high external stimulation. Others thrive in low-stimulation environments. Neither is superior. But forcing yourself into constant noise when your nervous system craves quiet creates chronic dissatisfaction. You feel unmotivated not because you lack drive, but because your environment never lets your inner motivation surface. This is where boredom becomes a compass. It doesn't tell you what to consume. It tells you what to remove. Ask yourself this: when boredom appears, what do you instinctively reach for? And what emotion disappears when you do? That emotion is what boredom was trying to show you. This isn't about quitting technology or romanticizing silence. It's about rebuilding tolerance for your own mind. Slowly, gently, without force. Try this experiment. The next time boredom shows up, don't fix it. Sit for 60 seconds, no phone, no music, no input, just notice. At first there will be resistance, then thoughts, then something unexpected, a soft clarity, a subtle emotional signal, a realization you've been postponing. That's not coincidence, that's access. Boredom doesn't drain you, avoiding it does. There's something else most people never realize. Boredom doesn't just reveal thoughts, it reveals identity. When stimulation fades, the roles you played during the day lose their grip. You're no longer productive, no longer entertaining, no longer responding. You're just present. And for many people, that's deeply uncomfortable. Because presence removes distraction, and without distraction, you start noticing patterns. What excites you? What drains you? What you've been postponing? What no longer fits the person you've become? This is why boredom often appears at turning points in life. Before a career shift, before emotional burnout, before personal growth. It's not a coincidence. Your nervous system is creating space for an update. But if that space is immediately filled, the signal is missed again and again until it shows up louder as exhaustion, restlessness, or constant sense of dissatisfaction you can't quite explain. Boredom was the early warning, not to scare you, but to slow you down before something important gets lost. So when boredom visits, don't ask how to escape it. Ask what part of your life it's asking you to reconsider. That question alone can change everything. So the next time your mind tells you that something is wrong because nothing is happening, pause, because that moment might be the most honest one you've had all day. And ask yourself quietly, am I escaping this feeling because it harms me? Or because it's trying to teach me something? If you can sit with that question, even briefly, you're already further than most people ever go. And that's where real change begins.